Today we're here on this beautiful $500,000 job site, and today I'm gonna show you how my crew leads effectively run the job sites. Obviously, they're the very first people to show up on the job site because they have to get everything going, open up the trailer, start everything up. They have the most responsibilities, but they also have the most freedom because they get to run their job sites as they please. You know, some certain guidelines here and there, but they still get to run their job site as they please. Whereas if you had a job somewhere else, you'd be running the job site the way another crew leader pleases, which is not ideal. Some crew leaders run their job sites like shit. I've had guys where they're very skilled and I put them in a crew leader position and they suck. So they go back to Mason, which is fine. It's okay. Not everyone can be a crew leader. It's a lot of planning, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of thinking ahead, and a lot of on your phone talking, making sure everything is coordinated and handled. That's Jesus right there, the guy in the green shirt to the left. He has been my oldest employee. He's been here since Applewood started in 2016. I started Applewood in January. I found Jesus April. So I'm only four months senior to him. Shout out to Jesus. So now we're gonna go over talk to Jesus exactly how he runs a job site, and we're gonna get it from him, from the man himself. Hello?
Hey, senor.
Yes.
Hey, I just called you because we got a problem over here at the job.
Where? What job?
Over here,
Okay, why?
we broke out the main line, so we got, either we broke it or somebody broke it, but what do you want us to do?
Well, I don't know. What do you think we should do?
Since we don't know who broke that, I think we should take care of it.
Okay. All right, I'll be right there.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, actually, there's one little problem. I can't go to the job site because there's a crane here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send Ben, and he's gonna go check out the problem and see what it is. Because I have to be here. I need to record this whole thing, and I want to be here for the crane. Not every day a crane comes on your job site to deliver a hot tub. So I cannot go. Ben, go.
We got a serious problem on the job site. Let me explain you what happened this time. So around 10 o'clock in the morning, Caesar called me. That's Caesar right here.
Huh?
He called me to tell me, Jose, turn on the valve and there's water everywhere. Ben is gonna show you the video.
These are all tire marks from the concrete pump, and because of that, there's some type of leak on the ground, and we found the pressure is coming out from all the way over here.
And now you're gonna see how water came from this part going over the driveway. Was crazy. So we started looking around what happened here. Somebody stepped on the sprinkler and ended up breaking the pipe. And even if we fix it, you guys can see all the roots. Probably less than a year from now is gonna happen the same thing, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the problem is on this job that Caesar didn't take pictures when he came in here, so we did not sure if we did it or it was already like that. So now, because we almost about to leave today, we got to take care of this problem now. So just remember, guys, whenever you guys get to a job site, make sure look at your surroundings, what's going on. Don't make the mistake that Caesar did in the job. So even though we fix it today, you guys can see the pipe that this company used. It's not a Schedule 40, it's something less. I forgot the name of it. And this one, they converted from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. And you see how the pipe is not straight? Even though when I fix it, since there's gonna be pressure in here, the same thing could happen later on in time. Probably in a year from now or less. Or the root is gonna get bigger and it's gonna break the pipe. Like I said, the only problem right now that we don't know if we did it or it was like that. But since we're the one working around here, now we're about to leave this job site and probably tomorrow. Now we gotta take care of it because we don't got no proof if it was us or it was already like that. So you ask yourself, how can I avoid for us to have the same mistake that we just did right now? Well, whoever's your crew leader, whoever's in charge of the job site, make sure the first day that you guys come in here, look around, see any anomalies that's around. If it's too wet, if you got time, turn off the valves, all the water valves, make sure everything's running properly. So, because remember, whenever you leave, if you're not working on the front yard, that front yard has to be the same way that you found it when you first came in. And you don't got no proof that it wasn't working before, then it's gonna become your problem. So just make sure, don't do the same mistake that Caesar did on this job. Caesar, they're gonna hate me, homie. ¿Ahí hay otra? Hijo de su puta madre. So now, Caesar told me, oh, we found another sprinkler here and it was loose. And I told him, they already checked, there's nothing down there. And he was barely checking right now. And you know what, guys? We found another problem right here. So now we gotta cut this root and fix the pipe right there that you guys see and connect a new sprinkler. But like I said, the problem is that even, let's say, if it was right here and we step on it, we probably broke it. But since I don't got no proof that we didn't do it, now we gotta fix it. Because we gotta keep the customer happy, and they're gonna tell us maybe that before we came here, everything was normal. So since we don't got no proof, we got to fix it now. And this is gonna be a major problem right here. So we got to find out how to fix this.
A few moments later.
So the idea that we just came in, Cesar and I, is we're going to dig in this side right here, and we got to go under the root. Otherwise, we got to cut the root, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. See, now we find another one in here. It's right next to the root. And now we got to see if we got to fix that too. No, I don't know. We just got to take care of it. This became worse and worse, buddy. Yay. Cesar, I got a question for you. What are you going to do the next time we get to the new job site?
Check all the valves.
So you see, guys, that's the way to go. So as soon as your crew lead walks in, make sure the irrigation is working properly, especially in the space that you're not going to work. Like on this job, we only work on the backside. This should be the same way that we came in, but since we don't got no proof that this problem was here before, the homeowner can come at us and tell us, you know what, it was working properly before you guys came in, and now you guys got to fix it. So that's what we got to do now. And as you guys can see, this is a major problem. We got this root right here. We got a second and third root right here. Don't make this kind of mistakes when you guys setting up pipes or anything like that. I know sometimes we get the small 24-gallon trees, and you guys say, oh, we're gonna run pipes around it. But remember, trees always are growing. It's probably 6 or 7 or probably 10 years old tree. And look at all the major problems that we all ran into. So always try to go around the tree, at least give it about, so see right now right here, they only gave them 2 feet. So usually try to give them 5 feet, 6 feet. You can avoid putting any pipes around a tree. Do as much as you can. Look, they could have went out that way, all the way to the end of the driveway, went to the other end, and then come between the middle of those trees. So remember, you put irrigation close to a tree, you're just looking forward to get more problems in the future. All right, so try to avoid that. So the other thing that they could have done, they could have bought this, I think their thickness of a 1/4 inch of root barrier. They could have done it all like 2 feet around the tree to avoid that root to be too high, and like that will go, hopefully it will go down a little bit more. So now we got this problem, but that's the other way to take care of this problem with the root barrier. And always when you guys put in irrigation, always look forward, look on the future, make sure it's not going to cause a problem in 3, 4, 5 years from the day that you do the work. Okay, and remember, lazy work always causes more problems. So you're asking how we're going to fix this problem? Because usually when you have 2 pipes already on the ground, you need about probably 5 feet. So you can have wiggly movement so you can put them together. So there's a thing that they sell on the irrigation. It's called stores. What is it called, Cesar?
Fixed leaf.
So that's what it does. Can you show them, Cesar? So what it does, it gives you room to back it up and cut it to the size that you need it. Like you see, he's gonna back it down. We know for sure this is the end, so push it over. So by the time we need to cut the pipe right here, that's the sack cutting that we have to do so we can put the glue in here. It kind of has like a piston. It reduces to whatever size you need to be reduced, and then you push it, and then you can push it, and then you can press it to the other pipe. So like that, you don't need to bend the pipe or try to force it in there. So what you just do, push it back. You just got to cut it right though. And once you cut it right, you put glue in here, then you push it, unite it to put it together, and that's it. So this is how we're going to fix the problem right here using the fixed leaf. The problem that we found on this job too, they use this thin wall pipe, and we usually always work with Schedule 40. This is what we work with, and this is what they work with. And usually don't go with this one. It's always going to break easier even to work with it. Even when you try to cut it with the pipe cutters, see that? You see how it bends? And now let's do Schedule 40. More stronger. See the difference, right? See the difference? This one's more thinner and this one's really hard. And the main difference between them that I know of is the strength and how it's going to hold up under pressure of the water. We always like to work with Schedule 40. That's our main source of pipe that we're using on our company. As it's stronger, it's probably going to give you more or less of a headache. So this gray stuff is PVC cement, and it's the industrial kind. You can use the blue one too, the hot blue. For this one, since I want to get it right the first time, I like to use this industrial one. But it's almost the same thing. All right, let's do this shit now. I just hope it's not broke somewhere else. Once you put all the glue on it, usually they recommend to wait 24 hours. It's almost 4 o'clock and we get up at 4 o'clock. So we're gonna run it. We're gonna give it a 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then we're gonna run the water. And usually when I do that kind of stuff, it usually holds. But it's recommended though 24 hours before you run water into your pipes. All right. So we're about to test the system. Hopefully everything's good and we don't have to do anything else. Dale. Ya apágale, güey. Espérate el carrito. Esa la verga, cabrón. You ask what a project manager do every day? This is what I do every day, buddies. And I got wet. Oh, shit. Tigran's gonna charge me for this. So it looks like everything's good, so we should be good. But we're gonna double test it right now. We're gonna put a nozzle and see what happens. Allá, prendele, güey. We're second test right now. Es lo que estoy mirando, güey. ¿Quién sabe, güey? Porque te acuerdas cuando les dije que se bajó esta madre. So now, as you guys can see, I'm soaking wet. We tested a second time. Soaking wet. Soaking wet. So now, as you guys can see, I'm soaking wet. And we tested the second time and everything seems to run perfect. Always check your bulbs, always check that everything's where you're not going to be working. You see it how it is and leave it the way it is. Not do it like we did. We ran into this problem. We didn't know if we did it or it was already like that, so we had to fix it now. So remember, you always got to keep your client happy, but in that way, you always got to make sure that everything that you have when you walk in is the same way that when you walk out.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I really hope this mistake didn't cost that much, but let's figure it out from the man himself, Jose. Tell us, what happened?
Well, Tigran, the guys called me around probably 1 o'clock, and we were about to close the job. We were like 3 hours away from closing it, and they turned all the sprinklers, and we find out there was a major leak going from this point over here to the sewer to the street.
Under the driveway. Not a good idea. Not a good offer.
Definitely not a good idea. So since we didn't have no proof if we did it ourselves or it was already like that, I had to call you. I had to let you know what was going on, and at the end of the day, we had to fix it.
How long did it take to fix?
Probably 3 hours, and that took 2 guys.
Running the clock.
Definitely.
3 hours with 2 guys plus you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was probably an $800 mistake. It's not cheap for sure. But the good thing is it could have been a lot worse. If it was here, we'd have a big problem.
Yeah.
Now that we figured it out, everything's good. The whole yard is buttoned up together. We're free and clear. We already left this job site. Senor Jose, tell the people how this could have been avoided.
Well, this could have been avoided really easy. When we first came in here, we would have checked everything, make sure that everything was properly working and whatever wasn't working to tell the customer what's going on. But since we did not know these steps, we had to take care of it.
We didn't open any valves in the front yard.
Nothing.
Yeah, which makes sense because why would you? You're not doing any work in front. But it still would have been a good idea. So going forward, are you going to open all the valves on every single job?
They're going to start making sure that everything works properly, especially if we're not working in certain areas. We're going to make sure how everything runs when we get there, and the same way that we found it, we're going to leave it.
Man, these are mistakes that are easily avoidable, but lessons learned the hard way. It's easier to prevent these mistakes than it is to fix them, because prevention would have took maybe 5-10 minutes. The guys could have gone around, open up all the valves. Oh, this one's broken. Oh, we have a problem. Let the customer know. Do you want us to fix it? Yes. And then I would have just charged them time and materials. 3 hours, 3 guys, boom. The bill would have went straight to her versus me if this was already like that. But my theory is that we did break it. But we don't know. We have no idea because we never checked. So these are things that you're going to learn the easy way by watching a video, and these are things that we're going to learn the hard way by actually doing it and then sharing with you. It is what it is. Subscribe.